Remember that my 11 years, we have always been either in a minority or super minority in the General Assembly. So if we want to accomplish anything, we're going to have to work with the majority or the super majority. Or we can just sit there and vote no all the time, but then our voice isn't heard at all. And you're always trying to make a project better or a piece of legislation better or a budget better. You can withdraw from the process and just say, no, I'm not going to participate, and vote no. And I think we've seen too much of that in the legislature. I think we've seen too much of it in not just Durham, but local government in general, where it's just easier to say it's going to be 4-3 or it's going to be 30-20. And everybody just runs to their corner, whatever that corner is, partisan or, in cases of city councils, nonpartisan, around an issue. I would much rather have as many of us collaborate, because I think through that collaboration, you make legislation better, you make development better, you make budgets better, you make new proposals better. Whatever the issue is before the legislative body, it's a lot better to sit there with your colleagues, dig into the issues, roll up your sleeves, work with all the stakeholders and say, what can we do to make this the best thing? And is it a quality project? I mean, I think that's one of the first questions for me is Durham is a desirable enough community now that I just don't want us to build a lot of junk. And, what is the impact on our infrastructure? Do we have the roads, water and sewer? What is the impact on the environment for this project? If it causes any damage to the environment, how do we mitigate that damage? I don't ever want us to get out over our skis with respect to infrastructure. Fire service, I mean, that's always been a big one for me. I was very active in keeping that issue at the fore of the council's attention when I was on the council before. I think we built 3 fire stations in my tenure on the council because we were growing in places where we saw a degrading of our fire department's response time. I knew that it was going to be a bit of an uphill climb, but I think it was worth it. I mean, I built up good relationships with these people over 18 years of elected service. I mean, this is my 9th election. I've had all those endorsements 8 previous times. This is the first time I didn't get some of those endorsements. So, 8 times the PA's endorsed me, 8 times the Durham committee's endorsed me. 9 times the Friends have endorsed me. So, the Sierra Club endorsed me all 9 times. The firefighters, the police, all 9 times. AFL-CIO, all 9 times. So when you're looking at the endorsement, those folks are still there. I've built up relationships with them, worked with them. We share common interests, issues. We've done great work.